Hello students, I am Dr. Vidya Patil and I am going to be your English teacher for the first SEM English language course. In today's video, we will try to understand what are linkers, what are the different types of linking words and how to use these words in different contexts. So come on, let us now begin with the video. So students, let us now first try to understand what are linkers. As you can make out from the very name itself, linkers are nothing but connectors. That is, linkers are words which can relate one idea or sentence with the other. Usually, they connect the ideas in a logical manner. So, usually you can find or connect the sentences which precede or succeed each other. Why do we use these linkers? Generally, linkers are used in order to give a sense of direction both to the reader as well as the writer. So, when we are writing, using linkers shows a sense of connection between the previous sentence and the next sentence. Also, it shows this relation between the two different ideas or sentences to the reader. It also makes the meaning much more specific and helps the reader to understand the given passage in a proper manner. There are different types of linkers. Linkers can be used to show a sense of addition, to show comparison, to show some contrast, to show a sense of time, to display the result, to show a sense of summary, to show certain examples, and even to show the context of a place. So, these different kinds of linkers can be used in different contexts. Let us now try to understand a few of them in detail. Linking words which show cause and effect. Before we try to understand which are these words, let us first try to know what is cause and effect. Why something happens is known as the cause, and what happens as a result of that particular action is known as effect. Now, let us try to find out which are the different words which can be used as linkers to show this cause and effect relationship. The commonly used word linkers for this are because, so, accordingly, thus, consequently, hence, therefore, as, etc. Next, let us now find out which are the linking words which are used to show comparison. Generally, when you are trying to show a comparison, then you are trying to point out the similarities between two ideas. So, the linking words which you can use to do this are similarly, likewise, whereas, but, on the other hand, except, by, comparison, when compared to, equally, in the same way, etc. We'll now try to find out which are the linking words used to show contrast. When we are showing contrast, we are trying to point out the differences between two ideas. Now, the words which we can use to do this are but, however, yet, still, even though, nevertheless, on the other hand, otherwise, after all, for all of that, on the contrary, notwithstanding, in contrast, unlike, whereas, instead of, alternatively, although, etc. We'll next try to find out which are the linking words which can be used to show the context of time. Now, when we want to use linking words to show time, it will usually indicate the time when it is taking place or the frequency of the events taking place. Some of the commonly used linking words to do this are at once, immediately, meanwhile, at length, in the meantime, at the same time, in the end, when, then, as, before that, after that, etc. There are also, you should, I think, know certain words which you will have to use in the right context. For example, when you are using the word when, you will use it to show a sense of time. When you are using since, you will use it to show that the action has started at a particular time in the past and is still going on. When you use before, you will use it to show something which happened earlier than this point of time. When you are using until, you will use it to show that till and something which has been happening till that particular point of time. So these are the different linking words which you can use to show the sense of time. We'll next try to find out which are the linking words which you can use to show or add something. Now, generally, when we are talking about certain addition, here it can either mean an addition or certain new ideas or another idea to support the main idea. It can also mean adding certain illustrations or examples or incidents to enhance the meaning of what has been stated. Now, if you want to add certain ideas to the main idea, then you can use the linking words such as and, also, even, again, moreover, further, furthermore, similarly, in addition, as well as, etc. When you want to show or add an illustration in support of the main idea, then you can use the linking words such as for example, such as, for instance, in this case, in another case, on this occasion, in this situation, in this manner, to illustrate, etc. We want to show a sequence, then the linking words which you can use to do this are first, second, third, next, then, following, now, at this point, after this, subsequently, eventually, finally, previously, etc. So, by using these linking words, we can show that what was the sequence of the events. That is, which action took place earlier, which took place later on, and which action is taking place at present. So, we can get a certain sense of this sequencing. The linking words which display summary are many, but generally we can use these linking words when you are trying to conclude something or you are trying to summarize the ideas which have been stated. Now, some of the common linking words which you can use to do this are in brief, on the whole, in sum, to sum up, thus, etc. When you are using in brief or in short, it means that you are saying something in a short manner or in a nutshell. That is, very briefly, you are going to summarize the entire message which has been given. When you say clearly, it means that you are trying to say or summarize everything in a clear, frank, and open manner. After all means that you are summarizing it at the end, finally. In general means that you are trying to say what is the general opinion regarding that issue. In other words means that you are trying to explain it more clearly in your own words. So We have seen now how we can use different kinds of linking words in different contexts. If you remember these points and you know which word has to be used in which context, it will help the reader to understand what you have stated quite clearly. I hope you liked this video. Thank you.